What did you just say?
I said your dream stinks.
He said it again. Come here.
What's up, Ducklings? As you can see, we kind of changing things up here a little bit today. As you can tell, Jake, one of our founders and, main host of Tavern Talk, is not here today. So I'll fill in and probably butcher his job and not do it well at all. But normally, like you see, we have Taylor here, Mr. Bra, we have Wake and Life, but also we have not a new player to the Ugly Duckling, but a new person here for Tavern Talk, Adam, who's played on the team since I believe it's inception, correct?
Yep.
So, Adam, if you want to just take a quick second, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Sure. Yeah. I just, I started playing card games again after a long time with this Lorcana game. I like Disney and I like card games, and I like hanging out with people. That's about it. I've been to a couple
Bravo.
tournaments
That
and
was
stuff.
phenomenal.
Seattle Stevens, come on.
I was like, I'm waiting. I'm like, come on, you can't just leave it at that. Like, there's definitely one more thing you should probably say.
Yeah, I came in top 16 at the Seattle DLC. Yep,
Phenomenal.
That's the ticket.
pretty cool.
If I'm not mistaken, I was told there was a point where you took down a Chernobog by just having enough characters on board.
But yeah. Strength of Raging Fire with 9 characters it's a good way to take down a Chernobog.
Which is
Everyone is going to need to know that for next set when Chernodogs runs rampant.
A 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
But as y'all can tell, Jake is not here. Neither is Jordan. Jordan's cooking up the meanest green yellow deck we probably ever gonna see played before Under the Sea gets rotated out. And Jake's wife said that he had to take her on vacation before Reign of Jafar because he plays Lorcana too much. Both understandable, completely understandable. Well, we'll get into it now. We'll go ahead and we'll start off with Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna tell us what deck color combination he thinks is gonna be, either good or one of the top decks coming into this next set of Reign of Jafar.
Yeah, well, one of the top decks for sure are going to be ones that are already established. So I'm going to go one I think that's going to creep in. And I think that's going to be yellow-purple or amethyst amber. And I really do think it might be the combo deck. I think it has enough early game to maintain the board state and draw cards, and then just, if that monster lives, you win the game.
Do you think it's a singer version or non-singer?
I think it's a non-singer. I think it's
Okay.
kind of like the deck I played at the set champs at Medium in, with Rapunzels and just the early game draw the foxes to keep the board state, and then eventually, you get the lanterns to be able to get down a turn or two earlier to get your combo off. I think it's going to be better than people think it is.
I like your call. I do think it's going to be pretty good. All things considered, it definitely has all the potential now. Particularly because I do think that the discard-y kind of version with playing You Have Forgotten Me is going to be popular as well. But good, yeah, I really liked it. Good call. Good call.
So what about you, Taylor? What you thinking is going to take off in this next set?
I actually think it's going to be red purple. No surprise here, everybody. Ruby Amethyst is not dead. You're going to see a lot of that talk again, and here we go. Always the same thing, always dead, yada, 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 all these things. It's not living the dream over here with Ruby Amethyst. I will say I think the traditional version is out, and people are either going to go the evasive version with this, with the Peter Pan Rush package, or we are going to see the damage mover, the flinger version that's everyone talking about, take real form here. It's looking very good, very strong. I've been doing a lot of testing with it, and I think that's going to be a deck to beat, the damage mover version. The new Hades, the super rare Hades that came out, made it incredibly good late game, with just combination after combination of removing damage and moving into different places. It's very, very strong. Hands down, very strong.
Are you running the new 4-mana action that moves and draws cards? Moves damage and draws cards?
Yes.
How's that been?
Not as great as I thought it was going to be. It's probably not going to make the cut. Would have been way better if it was a song. It's a momentum killer right now, but could be good. Could be good later on. Not so hot right now.
What action is that?
It's like I never remember the name. It's one with Hades. Yeah, it's
I'm trying to think of which one it is.
I'm not gonna remember the name of it. I don't know why you did this. It's
We do our research so well before we get on this.
yeah, I know.
Every
I'm just
time.
gonna jump in.
It's a purple 4 cost.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the everything. It's got everything. in it.
Everybody's got a weakness.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Move
yeah,
one
yeah.
damage counter,
And
for
then
each
draw a
damage
card
character
for
if
it.
you ever play.
The problem with
draw
it-
a card for each damage. Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with it is that there's another card in this set that completely negates it. And we'll probably talk about that later on, because I think it's going to be something that I want to talk about later on. But yeah, there's I think Ruby Amethyst is still very strong. I think it got a major boost even with the new Madame Medusa 3-drop that's here, because that allows you to kick something back early on to your opponent's hand. And that is very good. That is very, very good early on. So we'll see what happens with everything, but I'm thinking that we have some good decks coming about.
What about you, Adam? How you feeling for this next set?
I don't know. I mean, I think that anything that plays that Beyond the Horizon card seems
That's
very
the card.
good. So Steel Song or Green Steel. I mean, Steel Song being able to play it on turn 3 seems crazy. I mean, I don't know how I haven't tested it at all to know how often like you can get that off, but it seems wild to me. Um, so yeah, I think anything that plays that card is probably gonna be pretty good, and is gonna force people to play cards like play green decks to like force Ursula in there and get rid of it as quickly as possible. But I don't know. Again, I think it depends on how often you can get it off.
It's a pretty good combination.
Yeah.
When you have also for like green steel discard, I think it has a room in amber steel as well. But with Prince John out, Anna Muses, and double singing it with Ursula is gross. It's pretty gross. And then you can follow it up by playing your own Pete, so your opponent can't do the same thing to you. It's got some legs, real legs.
Yeah. How about you, Robbie? What are you running?
I am hoping. I've been testing it out the last 2 days because I finally broke down and paid for the app that shall not be named, so that I could test Reign of Jafar. So next time you play me, you're gonna know it's me, Taylor. But God, no, I'm gonna get so much trash talked about this. Red green.
Oh, I'm
Really?
surprised to see that. I think you're okay.
Yeah, it's. I mean, look, everyone pretty much knows, like in our little group, like I've tried red green every set. I've gone from everything from just a discard red green control package to this Robin Hood package to the what is it? The Return of Hercules package. Like I've tried everything which way. There's just a lot of cards this next set that I think is pretty good. The one that I've kind of been leaning towards the most is the Stop Chaos in its Tracks, the 8-cost song.
Sure.
Because you can, there's been multiple times where I've had 2 muses on board, because what it does is allows you to remove, it's a sing together card. So you can double sing it with muses. but then it allows you to return 2 chosen characters with 3 strength or less back to their player's hand. So then you can do that too, which a lot of stuff has 3 strength or less right now. And then you can then use as other stuff back to their hand again. I think that's what I've kind of been playing around with here and there, and I like it a little bit. And then there's a couple of other ones, like there's the Undermine action, where you could like make your opponent discard, and then chosen one of your characters gets +2 strength. I've been playing around with that a little bit. So and then Wrong Lever. Wrong Lever is ridiculous. Like wrong Lever is much better than I thought it was gonna be. There's been multiple times where I'm like, yeah, this is the exact card I needed in this instant. But so I'm hoping it does well in this next set. I'm definitely gonna test it heavily. I just am unfortunately not sure where I'm gonna fit a Be Prepared in there. But I'm a tool some stuff down to try to fit it in as best I can.
Yeah, I've run into it quite a lot already. Just the red green deck, and I think it's good. I think it's real good. Robin Hood, getting things off is great. I like it. Playing Lilo for free with it too, because of the way the actions work, especially with the Double Sing Ursula.
Yeah, Double Sing Ursula.
It's really strong. I really like it.
Yeah, Undermine helps a ton.
Yeah, it's a great card. Great card. You know what I figured out today about Undermine, and I didn't think about it before. It actually, I don't know why I thought at first it only targeted your own characters, but it's any character. So you can get rid of a Vanish character with it, too. And I didn't realize that until today when I reread the card after it got played on me. And I was like, oh man, it's really good. So, yeah, there's a lot of good cards that, and I, even from the last set, there's probably a few red green cards that people need to look at, like that Mad Hatter and stuff that can help out with some things. I would, I really like that color combination.
Yeah,
right now.
Wrong Lever has been probably the thing that surprised me the most because of its second ability, the one where you could put a name card, pull a lever from your discard on the bottom of your deck to put a chosen character on the bottom of their player's deck. It's only 3 cost action. So like if you've already used one to discard, you can then recycle it to then have them slap something back in their deck. And it saved me today because I was able to cycle cards back that into my deck and couldn't get wheeled out because I had put like 2 more levers back under my deck with Wrong Lever. So like just because of that, it saved me from getting wheeled out today. So I was like, okay, I like that. Maybe this card's way better than I thought it was. Yeah,
I think the combination of both those cards is very good. But Wrong Lever just on its own is good card.
I can see why it's a rare card. The first time I saw it, I was like, now that I've played it, I'm like, a little bit better than I thought. But for I know we think we got some new ones, but let's talk about some of the old meta card decks, right? Like Steel Song, right? Everybody knows Steel Song's coming back beyond a shadow of a doubt. Do we think this new Rhino, the 4-drop, 2 resist, shifts for 2, sees play? I know I've tested it a little bit, but Jimmy, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I don't think it sees play in the traditional Steel Song, but it'll see play in a more mid-rangey version, because I think the full aggro version will just skip over that, because running the 1-drop is just a waste of space in the full aggro version. So in some sort of mid-range version, it'll be there. I mean, it's pretty good. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah. What about you, Adam?
Is that other Rhino card from last set? Is that a shift? No, it's not.
No, they're both from this set.
No, I know there's like a
6-drop
Rhino from last set that was really good, and if that could shift onto the 1-drop, maybe I could see it being a thing too.
I actually don't know if that one's a shift.
Yeah, it's not. I just checked.
He's a steal.
Yeah, it's a combo. It's an Amber Steel card.
It was like an uninkable though, right?
Yeah, it's uninkable, 4/7. Yeah, other characters get +2 health.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think if that was if that you could shift onto the one drop, it'd be cool to have two different options. But I don't know. I mean, having the two resist is pretty good.
Well, I guess we'll go into the next segment next. I know we talked about sealed, new set, right? Everybody gets into sealed, right? That's the first event we hit right after the new set drops. Everybody's trying to do sealed, not pack rush, but sealed. So Taylor, we talked about some of the cards we hoping to play in sealed, right? So if you want to go ahead and start, some of the cards you're thinking would be really great in sealed.
Yeah, I think from a sealed perspective, there's two things that I'm always looking for: removal and card draw, because it's just every set has something, and you just got to find out where it is. Low to the ground inkables so that you can fill the board is I think important. In this, I'm really hoping you're probably going to pull one. It's a super rare. I'm really hoping to pull Into the Unknown. It's a good removal card for most things in this set. There are a lot of big bodies in this set. That Arthur card, Madame Rim Rhino, regular Rhino now, the Mickey Mouse, the 10-10 bodyguard, the giant Mickey Mouse, all good cards. And you're gonna have to find a way to handle those in sealed, and having that removal, even if you're ramping your opponent, is fine to me. I'm really hoping that I pull that in the next few days when we do sealed events, and hopefully it's not the enchanted one, because I'm just not going to play with it probably. I was like,
Just shuffle it up.
I'm just going to give it a chance to help me shuffle it. We go from there.
What about you, Jimmy? What you thinking?
Yeah, so in sealed, like you or so let's think back to I think it's set 4, right? Like TikTok, I think he was a 4/7 evasive for 6 or 5.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, like that was the best card in the set, because when you're thinking about sealed or draft, your most important cards are going to be your commons and uncommons, because you're most likely going to get them. You can't really bank on busting a rare or super rare, especially even like the legendary Rapunzel's great, but you can't bank on having her. So, and stuff like that. So, in this set, I like what's her name? Lena Saberwing, uncommon,
Yep.
1/3
okay.
evasive. You can tap to deal damage.
Yep. Love that card.
What's the pull the lever? Great card draw or discard. That's another good one. There's one other one I wanted to mention, but I can't remember the name of it.
So well prepared,
Yeah.
Jimmy. So
We've gone
I was like,
without Jake. We've
it's
severely
called
gone down.
it's
Pounce.
been 17 minutes without Jake, and we're out of show.
Pouncing practice. That's what it's called.
What
Which
was it?
one?
Pouncing practice. It's a 2-mana inkable action that you -2 strength, and one of your characters gets evasive. So it can help you deal with evasives if you didn't bust any, and they can help you win combat, so you can take the board back.
That's a Sapphire card?
Yeah.
Sapphire.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Kind of forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good card. Anything about? What you thinking, Adam? Did I do Adam? I didn't do Adam, right?
I don't know. I'm looking through them right now. I mean, all the legendaries seem crazy.
I
So if
can't
you
wait
pull a
for Jake
legendary,
to watch this.
if you pull a legendary, you just win. There's some really good rares. That Ludwig von Drake that turns into ink when he's banished, and you get to discard a non-character from their hand. That rare Minnie Mouse, the bodyguard, that's a 0/8. I think you might just win the game if you get that.
Ooh, that's
It's
good
a
point.
4-drop 0/8 that just becomes stronger and stronger. And yeah, I don't know how you deal with that, to be honest.
Into the Unknown.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You need that card.
Yeah, I mean, removal is really good. But yeah, I think all the rares seem pretty good, and the legendaries.
Man, I got a lot of good ones. I'm looking forward to 2, for sure. Droom, which is the 1/5 that has challenge at 4. That's a 4-drop.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's inkable. Does a lot of damage. Can deal with a lot of stuff. And then there's one other card I think he may see play later in regular meta decks, but that green Flynn Rider, that quest for 3, he's a 1/4, and whenever he's challenged, the challenging player has to discard a card, and if they don't, you gain 2 lore. In sealed, when you're, notoriously running low on cards, you can get to 2 or 3 cards. That's a tough decision to make. Granted, there are a lot of cards in this set that can help you draw an extra 1 or 2, 3 cards, so you could refill your hand. But in that instance, where stuff can get away from you real fast and sealed, I mean, having to discard a card to get rid of a character that quests for 3, I think would be a rough choice to make. Like, I would be a little nervous, like, oh, what do you do? Do I give him the 2 lore, or do I lose the card? I think most people are just going to give you the lore, unless it's late in the game where they just can't because they're afraid, especially when there's not a whole ton of removal in one-off sets. But I don't know what removal this set has other than the, oh God, what's it called? The Into the Unknown, and then a few cards here or there.
There's nothing.
There's a lot of do 1 damage. There's one red action, right? There's the red steel action, the Mulan fire the cannon, that I think it's for every exerted character you do 1 damage to a chosen character. So if you have 3, you could effectively take something out. But I mean, it's so situational based that you gotta have multiple. Like, you probably have to quest out or try to kill a couple of characters and make them all survive to where you can kill something big. They do have a lot of good cards this set, though. A lot of good sealed cards, like that Cricky. I can see that Cricky being good in sealed. The red 4-drop Cricky.
Yeah.
If you have 2 other characters, he gains 2 lore.
See, with this set, I see a lot of their plan for the future. And I, that's why you can tell what color combinations are really going to hit the ground running very soon. Which I really like to see, honestly. I really think that I think this is a very open meta. This is going to be the most open meta we've had in a long time. As soon as they early retire 1 card, but we'll get there, I'm sure. But yeah, I really, really am liking some of these cards a lot. I think some of them are very, very good. Very good.
They have a ton of good cards this time. This time around.
So I have something. Who's ready for them to early retire the Double Sing Ursula?
No.
Yes, they have to.
Do Prince John.
Okay, fine. That would also be acceptable, or both of them. But something needs to happen, and I have a feeling it is. No inside information here, but the double singing of Beyond the Horizon with Muses out and Prince John out is a really good play. But since the other 2 have ward and you can't get rid of them without some board wipe kind of thing early on, it's certainly a problem. I know that's a lot of setup. But it's a lot. It's a lot to handle, and all of a sudden your opponent has up to 6 cards, and you have 3 with no character, or with your characters off the field.
Yeah, I could see that being rough. Wait, what you said, Adam? Who whispered? Somebody whispered something.
I whispered earlier.
I think that Prince John definitely has a bigger chance than the Double Singer Ursula. I mean, you can just brawl Ursula. You're Mr. Brawl. It's the easiest. It's gone.
Not when they play Pete to stop you, and then all of a sudden the board's there. That's the problem.
Sure, yeah, okay.
Ursula,
6 cards.
Yeah,
Come on.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot. I think
they have the cards because they've been singing Beyond the Horizon, and it doesn't go away. It's just on the bottom of the deck, and we're just waiting for them to get back to it, and then they just deck you out. It's a real combo at the end.
Hey,
they're just
Jimmy,
emptying their hand.
Remind me this. There's this thing that Taylor always says. I can't remember what it was. You remember what it is? Was it get good? Is that what he always tells us?
I mean, it's either that or brawl. That's his answer to everything.
It is get good. You can't
It's
get good when you don't have cards in your hand and your opponent has 40. I mean, it gets bad real quick. Okay, it's like real quick.
Post a
I've seen
spoiler
it.
in the Discord. He's like, brawl,
Yeah.
brawl.
Every time.
I didn't have to do it this time because there wasn't that many.
But this one,
many
apparently, you can't brawl this one.
You can't. You can't brawl Prince John. You can't brawl Muses. You can't. You can't. You have to hope you're at 6 with a big Sisu shift line available to you that they didn't Strength of a Raging Fire 4 turns ago in order to get it done. It's horrendous. I don't think it's. I don't think a lot of people. The problem is that when someone pulls it off, it's just going to become more optimized. Like that's the thing. Like we're talking about this like minus 2-3 days out from the set being released, but we all know that come like CCS, right? Someone is going to have it figured out by then, and we're all going to say, "I wish I knew better," and cry about it. It's horrendous. It is bad.
It's gonna be a
It is
sea of
bad for
purple
the game.
steel.
Purple
Sea of
steel.
purple steel. Get ready. That's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a sea of purple steel.
I don't know.
Everything getting Zeused.
What got better with
Can't-
purple steel?
Can't Zeus
Pete-
uses
It's just
it.
repeat.
Can't Zeus it. That's right. It's got Ward. Exactly. It's horrendous.
Repeat.
It's just repeat.
Just repeat. That's what makes that deck good, right? Like it repeats hard to
Sure.
fight
Sure.
around.
I wish they would. There's nothing. The illusion characters are not good yet. They cannot reprint the damage songs yet, or ever, because they introduced Vanish, right? So I don't know how that's going to work out because
But like Vanish is probably gone, like for a while, is my guess. I mean, we're out of the
Sure.
Jafar storyline. They're all Jafar, they're all
Yeah.
based on that storyline, so they're probably gone for a while.
it's just weird that they opened it up and then there's like nothing, like nothing with it. I don't know. I find that's like super weird. One Jafar character for this set was also weird. Good.
They
You can
missed.
get the illusions to work.
They missed
They
not
did
doing
miss.
the big red genie. Big red genie Jafar, huge miss.
It's technically in the heist.
Doesn't count.
Yep. No.
Doesn't count. If I can't play in a red, like I thought for sure that was going to be a red legendary. It's Reign of Jafar. What's more known than red genie Jafar? Like, and then just nothing. Like I was like, this is insane to me.
I think this kind of like helps us segue into our next like talking point about everything though, which is what does everyone feel like the more difficult decks to play are now? Forget like even thinking about all the different archetypes and stuff. Like I think there's very difficult decks to pilot, and I think honestly, Jimmy, I think you like went through this gauntlet of playing the most difficult decks you possibly could. Thanks for letting everybody vote in order to like make it happen. But what do y'all think about like some of like the real difficult decks to play?
Who wants to go first? Adam, you got a golden Mickey. You go first.
I just don't have a golden.
not a goal.
But I don't know. I think the decks where you get down to like those choices, like the green blue, I think is the hardest deck in my opinion. Because every time I look at each card individually, they all seem very bad. But like if you can put them all together in the right sequence and make sure they don't win, like your opponent doesn't win before you get to discard their whole hand or like under the sea them. I don't know when to play Ink Geyser is a big thing. Like there's so many, I don't know. That deck seems like there's so many little decisions that have like big effects on the whole game and like when to do those certain things. I don't know. I've never tried to play that color combination because it's very daunting and seems like it would take a long time to figure out when you're supposed to, do those things.
Absolutely tried that deck, and it is miserable. Every game is going to take you, like every best of 3 is going to take you an hour, if not more. Like there's so many little micro decisions to make inside of every decision, because you have to try to play. You have to not only play what's in your hand, what's on their field, what's on your field, but now you have to play what's in your inkwell. because you really have to remember what's in there, because you got to know, like, okay, well, if I ink this and I ink guys are here, I could pull it back. And if I have the singer to sing "You're Welcome" to bounce, to then not only make them draw 2 cards, but then they got a handful of cards where they have no ink. And then now I have my fishbone quills on the field, so I can then ink these things that I don't need anymore, because now I got a handful of cards. Like, and then you play your, and it's usually always after they play the Clarabelle. So then they draw a ton of cards also. Like, it's a daunting deck to play. I agree with you.
You know what really hurts that deck right now? Beyond the Horizon. Mm-hmm.
True.
Keep drawing cards. And now you have none.
It seems like Beyond the Horizon hurts just about everybody right now.
Yeah.
Everyone except for the super aggro.
Yeah.
They're going 1-2 lady too. Like, don't care about no Beyond the Horizon.
Yeah, I'll take 3 more
Yeah,
cards,
no.
please.
That's a weird.
But then
Like,
you're
it's
just
a
going to use
weird
it on
meta.
yourself. That's what they do. You'll just use it on yourself to go find the cards that you need, because you just choose someone. It's not necessarily have to be your opponent. But I mean, cards are a problem. Cards are a good problem. I just think other cards make it too good. That's what it is. Would you all consider maybe a Pirate's Life was another good Sing Together card? It might be the best Sing Together card though. It might be.
Pirate's Life or
And
Beyond
Under the
Horizon?
Sea.
Under the Sea's pretty
No.
good.
Oh, Under the Sea.
Under the
I hate
Sea's-
that card.
That's the best, for sure.
It probably is the best one. You're right. Yeah, okay. Under the Sea is definitely better than that. But Beyond the Horizon's combo impact it's a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah, I could see that. It looks brutal. I'm very interested to see how Red Blue does this next set. Playing against
I have a
Beyond the
strong
Horizon.
opinion. Yeah. I have a very strong.
I don't think it. Me personally, I don't think it's as strong. I think it loses some of its power going in the next set. Now I could be drastically wrong, but I just feel like there's certain things now, like you're so much more susceptible to different ink colors that you weren't before. Like someone's gonna play a blue yellow Ludwig deck that's gonna Ludwig you and then sing Bare Necessities the very next turn if they don't play another Ludwig, and then you're out 3 actions in a blue red deck that plays a ton of actions. Like it's gonna be. I think they're gonna have to be that item build, but now they have a ton of item removal. Like there's like 5 or 6 cards that came out that have item removal. But I'd love to hear what you got to say, Taylor.
Early meta, I think it's dead. I think it's completely gone right now. It is the only deck I haven't lost to yet in testing, regardless of the build. Today, I played against the like a DKP build with no Maui, and it's so slow now, and there's so many other things like you're mentioning, Robbie, with like these other, or like even traditional or normal or just like color combinations that you're so far ahead. You're just going to be so far ahead of when they start like ramping up that you're not afraid to just turn sideways. You're going to end up, they don't have enough removal of things. A lot of people that I saw have gone back to like they're running 4 Hades in there to help with removal at the end, but all you're doing at that point is that really is ramping your opponent like way too much. I think Let It Go would probably be a better option because it's inkable and comes out sooner, but then all of a sudden you got to think about it, and I understand it's a song, it's gonna leave your hand. There's too many cards that remove songs from people's hands. Bare Necessities, Ursula, you name it. I wasn't expecting this, but it took a really big drop. I thought that even before they fixed the wording of that Lumiere was going to be like a staple in it. I think they have to rethink the build. And it's going to be weird because I don't think they have time to ramp traditionally. I think that they have to play songs like Into the Unknown or things of that nature on themselves to help ramp themselves sometimes. It's very, very odder now. Now, granted, it's also super early. I know things are going to get figured out and someone's going to do something and it's going to take off and it'll redefine things. But right now, I've been kind of shocked that it just is. It's not on any leaderboard. Other blue yellow is more represented right now, probably because of Ludwig and other cards than that. It's a lot. I'm really surprised by that because it made me change my Ruby Amethyst build because I was just like, I don't need Maui anymore to like deal with these locations. It's pretty drastic.
And there's just so like green got 3 or 4 inkable item removals this set because I got 2 separate characters. They got this set, the Fred, that when you play him you could banish an item, and then the new Archimedes that when you play him you could banish an item. And they're both 3 costs and they're both inkable. And then there was a Don. I can never say his last name right. Don Carney.
I know you're talking about.
He got his own 3 cost action that you play him, banish a card, and you draw a card. You could banish chosen item, draw a card. So now you're getting the banish a person's item, and then, as we've already seen, Chances put it in his deck, the Green Steel Maui, that quest for 4, it hits the field, you remove it, you're losing all your items, right? So it's just gonna be. I just think Red Blue's in a weird spot right now. I think they're gonna have an uphill climb trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Robbie, Adam, what do y'all think?
Jimmy and Adam.
Don't me.
I'm sorry, Jimmy and I'm sorry. What do y'all think?
I mean, Red Blue will find a spot for sure. I think it'll be highly represented in the world's decks that people have to bring for sure. But like back on topic, I agree with Adam. Green Blue, most difficult deck to play.
Yeah, coming from someone that played like a million different color combinations over
Yeah.
these set champs. Did you play that color combination at all?
I did not. If I did play it, I would have played the shift version, not the control version.
Yeah, I think the shift one's a little bit more straightforward.
Yep, a lot more straightforward. Yeah,
What was
but
your hardest deck that you played?
the hardest deck that I played, probably Red Blue.
I thought you were going to say Red Steel.
No, Red Steel had
red green.
the Red Steel deck I built specifically. It had a game plan. I tried to execute that game plan. If I got off that game plan, I lost. Right? It's like it's a lot easier to play when you build the deck around that. The Red Blue deck, like knowing when to drop a mana versus holding it so you can drop it after you B prep, or how to navigate the mid game, like when, like playing against specific decks, like when you're playing a Steel Song, like you're trying to ramp, but like they know you're trying to ramp, so that they're not wheeling, or they're pretending to have a wheel but don't actually have the wheel. And you gotta the mind games there. So yeah, red blue. Basically, all the control decks are the tougher decks to play. Is my opinion.
Interesting. I thought you were going to say Red Steel. That's what I was about to ask you because I just think I felt like it was so. That would be my like most difficult deck to play. I think like it's so limited. Now you had a tremendous build, but like traditionally like what people have tried to do with it, it's been rough.
Yeah. So my build was basically my goal was to go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, Robin Hood. And then on turn 5, either be able to cast Restoring Atlantis or have Robin Hood rip it off the top, and then like play a Raya to untap him to protect him. But I mean that was it. Like there's no other play patterns really. Except, well, I guess that's not true because when the green yellow matchup, the discard matchup, like I was just trying to stay at 3 ink. Like I just wanted to draw all my stuff that cost 3 or less. And I just wanted to play those and hope to get my Pete's. I mean, that was it. So there's slightly different play patterns there, but most of the time it was just 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it.
Yeah, it seems like a hard matchup, and you had to play it twice. The discard, yellow green.
Yeah, I got super lucky.
I hate that color combination.
I mean, I won 3 games when I drew a Pete off the top with no cards in the hand at 19. So
That works. Don't.
It's a good card.
That's
Yeah.
a skill. That's a skill.
I mean,
set.
yes, you
Yeah.
play to your outs. Like you play, like I was specifically counting to play to make sure to get as close as I could to make sure I get to 19. Like, because I had a couple weird plays where I'm like, I could do this, this, or this. Instead, I'm like, I'm just questing because I need to go because I know next turn I can quest for another 2, and then next turn I can quest for another 2 or 3, and I can get to the number I need to get to.
What do you think the easiest deck to play is?
Easiest deck. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but Steel Song is both the easiest deck to play and probably like the third hardest deck to play at the same time.
Sure, I get it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Because
Yeah,
like
I
you can
completely agree
just
with that.
see your hand, you can just just completely go off on them. Get your wheel,
Right.
just give that. But then to navigate when you don't draw that whole new world, to get to the part into the game where maybe you could draw it or get into like just keep on set up Rapunzel traps, something like that. It becomes a lot harder to play when you don't go by the plan of Whole New World.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Whole New World is a man, I hate to say easy deck, but I mean, I picked it up and won a set champs with it. I mean, I don't think I've ever played. I think I maybe had 20 to 30 games in Steel Song, got some tips from Hector, and took a Bolt Simba version and won. I didn't lose a game.
You had Simba in yours too?
Yeah, I ran the Simba Bolt package. Okay. It was brutal. Like it was, if you allowed me to get a Simba and Bolt out on the field at the same time, it was game over. Because then at that point, I had 2 5-cost singers, so I'll just wheel you. That one is always going to protect the other. And there was multiple times, like, man, I wish I had taken a picture of my board. Which I think I took a picture and sent it in the Discord the other day where I was like, man, I hate myself playing Steel Song. And I had like 12 characters on the board. It was like 2 rows of characters that I was like, it is very easy. But I completely agree with Jimmy. When you don't hit that whole new world and you kind of struggling, like your TCG knowledge kind of has to kick in real fast of like, okay, I know I may be a couple of turns, I don't have a Rapunzel. I don't have the Storm Rage on. So I really have no way to draw cards. But they're going to keep playing. So I have to figure out how to save these things. And granted, with the Bolt Simba package, if I didn't draw into that, I knew I had a backup win plan, right? Quest with everything, Simba re-readies everything. So I gain the 5, 6 lore, 7 lore. If I have 3 or 4 or 5 characters on the field, Bolt re-readies, everything's undamaged. I gain lore for everything that's undamaged. I gain another 4 or 5 lore. So I go from 0 to 12, 13 lore in a turn. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, you have to deal with it. If you don't deal with my deck, and then I had the Sphinx as like a third option of like quest with everything, get to 18, Sven the Bolt, and then now I have 2 or 3 undamaged characters re-ready. You good. But like that takes a lot of TCG knowledge. Right? Like I don't think that's a deck. I wouldn't recommend if you were a first time TCG player. That's not the deck I would ever recommend. Pick up Steel Song and go to a tournament, even at a league night, and you'll do great. You probably won't, right? But you get a little bit of practice with it. You pick up a Steel Song deck, and then you go play. I think you will do good. I think you can. Its ceiling is so high, and its floor is so low that it's like the perfect deck for a beginner or like just kind of like little above grade beginner, just getting into TCGs. Is a great deck. Like I would spend the money, and that's the deck I would send pretty much everyone to get right off the bat, which hurts my soul because I'm play red till the day I die. Yeah, I know that hurt. I literally, when I won, I literally went, damn it. Like, I won the last match and like it was it. And they were like, yeah, it's top cut is over. Like, Robbie, you went. I was like, damn it. I was like, I cannot believe this. This hurts.
See, I agree. I agree that I think Steel Song is both an easy and difficult deck to pilot. I think the easiest deck though might be, in my mind, I feel like it's Amethyst Steel. I feel like there's very clear play lines, even after you mulligan with what that deck is. and I think it's gone through a multitude of different versions. I think the most recent version of it, like especially since Genie's been introduced, has like real, and then Cobra last set have like really helped it out. Yeah, you're able to really play all of the all of the Merlin rabbits, all of the genies as well. There's just a lot of draw potential there. Even the version that had like a library in it was very good in my opinion. I really liked that one. And I think it was just easy to pick up and play because of those clear lines.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure. Empty your hand, get Doc to go off. There's not the micro decisions on inking in the early game aren't as punishing
Yeah.
as other decks.
Yeah, because they're running 12 1-drops. So, I mean,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, well, play the next best thing. Calhoun, right? Just right off the top. I really like that. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I think Steel Song. If we're talking about the easiest decks, I think Steel Song is the easiest. You just hope you get lucky and get a turn one Cinderella and get a song, and or you just win. Like it's so crushing to try and come back from someone, killing you. Play you play a character on turn one and they sing a song and kill you. Play a character turn two, they sing a song and kill it. And meanwhile, they're building their whole board. It's like it can be really frustrating, and like some of them are like one of the most demoralizing decks. Um, yeah, I think that deck's easy. I mean, it can suck like when you don't get lucky and have to try and like grasp at straws to play characters, and like you have singers and they're not singing any songs. Like when you get all the songs and no singers, or
Right.
all the songs. I mean, all the singers and no songs. Either way, can suck, but I think it's pretty forgiving. It
Yeah, if
has
you find yourself winning those games where you don't have the songs when you have the singers, or you don't have the singers when you have the songs, understand that if you're winning those games, you're a good player. You should internalize that.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
about the. Go ahead, Robbie. Go ahead.
I will say, like, it made me. I had gotten to a point with Red Purple. I was like, I suck. Like, I'm never gonna win anything ever again. Like, I was getting just thrashed on Lorcanito, and then I got to the point where I was like, well, this is. I just didn't dig the Maui Shark. Like, I just couldn't get into it. Like, I just was like, no matter how many times I tried, like, I always knew what I needed to do, and I just was like, this is not. It's not for me. Like, this is not this
I get
evasive
it.
shark combo. Like, it just wasn't. It was so different from what I was used to. Like, I picked up a Still Song deck, and as much as I hated myself for winning with a Still Song deck, like, I started to feel myself be like, okay, like, obviously I'm just in a lull with Red Purple right now. Because I've picked up other decks and done well on Lorcanita with them. I picked up Blurple, did well. Picked up all these other, like, I picked up, I started practicing Red Green recently. Yellow Blue, testing some stuff out for Jake and going back and forth with him. And it's just, I'm like, okay, like I am the Red Purple burn because I'm just burnt out on it for a little bit. And I was like, I just need a break from it. And I think that's what, fortunately, Steel Song was the deck that kind of like, was like, got me to the point where I was like, okay, I'm not really bad at this game. I just hit, we all do. Like, you hit it like a TCG, like, dead zone. Right? Like, you just get to a point where it's like every now and again, I don't think people talk about that, like TCG fatigue, where like we get to a point where like it could kill you. Like, it could not, I don't mean like really kill you, but it could kill your passion for like playing the card game you love. And then I think people need to understand, which I know is kind of off topic, but like when that happens, because I'm susceptible to, and I think we all are, like Jimmy did something phenomenal. Like, I don't think people understand what he did this set champs. Like, how, like, for somebody who's been in a TCG world for a long time, what he did, I would consider, like, almost at, like, as close to stardom as you could possibly get in TCGs. Like, that's, like, the pinnacle of what I'd probably want to ever do as a player. Like, I'm going to let everyone else pick, and I'm going to build these decks on my own. I'm just going to show up when I'm doing it. Like, Jimmy, I can't tell you how much I admire you doing that. I thought that from like the time you came out with the idea, I was like, this is a great way to battle fatigue. Like, this is a great way to like try out all the different decks that he wants, because there's, there's no limit. You got to try all the worst color combinations.
Yeah, that was
And-
expected when put up to the people's vote.
And you did phenomenal. I think, what was it? You won 5 heroes, was it?
Yeah,
Five?
five top 8s out of 6.
Yeah, I mean, that's great. And I think just knowing that, like, it's okay to play a TCG for fun.
Yeah,
It's okay to pick up a deck for
different
fun.
people enjoy the game differently. Like Taylor playing red purple always nonstop, right? Like you love that.
Forever. Yeah.
I'd have quit the game if I had to play one color combination the whole time. Right. So I mean, I just approach it differently. It's basically my
Right.
it's because of my hatred for constructed, really.
Oh my god.
Coming from someone who like spent, over a decade grinding limited events in Magic, trying to make the professional circuits and stuff, and avoiding constructed at all possible costs. I have to do, but it hurts me too because I made multiple play mistakes, like game 3 and top 4 against Adam. Like I don't know what all you had in hand, how do you play different? If I played differently, but like I completely messed up turns 2 and 3. Like just lost the game for myself because I hadn't played enough reps with the red steel deck enough. Same thing when like my winning in with the red yellow deck, the Mufasa build. Same thing, like I just made a couple really bad play mistakes and lost a couple games because of it. Because I hadn't had enough reps. Because I'm playing 20 different decks. Like I don't think I've ever played the same deck twice a league. So it's got its advantages because I enjoy it. Like, it keeps me wanting to play constructed, but then it also has its disadvantage with me not being able to fully get the full potential out of everything.
It's almost like a way to play limited without playing limited.
Yeah.
All right, it's almost a way of being able to do that version of like what you love. And that was my thing, is like I really like building decks and trying out new decks. I mean, you play red purple for 6 sets straight, it's difficult, right? Like, and that's why I just said, I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna throw it all to the wind. I only played in 1 set champs. I was like, I'm not taking. I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt I wasn't taking red purple. I didn't know what I was taking, but I knew I wasn't taking red purple. I sure as hell didn't think it was gonna be Steel Song.
What about the we all have a full experience with it. What about the aggro version of Steel Saw?
Best
Adam,
version.
you have anything to share?
That deck's broken. Yeah.
It was
You should
fucking-
have your daughter on, man. She,
no.
I've played her
Yeah.
twice at the last 2 tournaments, and she beat me 8 games in a row. She beat me 8 games in a row.
That's right. I forgot about that. Jeez.
Yeah. So when I
God,
saw her
dog.
at this last tournament, I knew it was over. It was
I thought you had her in that 3rd game though. I'm not gonna. It was in the back, and I was like, nah. Her hand was terrible, and then she just top deck stuff, and I was like, come on.
Nah, she had turn 1 Mickey, turn 2 Mickey, and I couldn't kill him the whole time. Those sticky Mickeys, man. Against Genie, what do? No, that's a great deck.
It was brutal watching it. Like watching it online. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was
I know.
poor. I was sitting there. I was like, poor Adam. And then after I said poor Adam, I said, thank God it ain't me.
Yeah.
It
It wasn't me.
She
Not a
farmed
punted.
Blur.
It could have been. He dodged it. He just said, we're just gonna draw and moved on. That was the correct call.
But yeah, absolutely.
Oh man. Yeah. It did. She did do well.
She's a prodigy, man. Good job.
Yeah,
Yeah, she just shows up in
phenomenal
tops
player.
every tournament. It's ridiculous.
Every tournament.
Doesn't
Go
play
into that
like
kids tournament. thing?
two sets.
I can't. We have dancing. She won't be able to go. So because of that, we're not going. Which that is what it is. I get it. But yeah, we I'll tell you, it's a little disappointing. We're a little disappointed about that time frame of things, but it is what it is. Can't really do too much about it.
I learned a few things tonight. I'm not nearly as good at this as Jake is.
Hey, you know what? You did good filling in. We got off topic a little bit. That was kind of my fault. Apologies,
It's all
everybody.
good.
But I mean, hey,
Good conversations.
tried our best. That's all.
So
That's all we can do.
if nobody got anything else to share, we're gonna skip final thoughts because we already a long time in. But we do have one
Sure.
last thing to talk about. We do know, everyone knows we are doing Chance's second chance giveaway. I killed it. First shot. Jake didn't do that. I'm better. Bam.
Check.
Done. You still have time to enter. This will be running till, what is it? June 23rd. It'll end June 23rd at 11:59 p.m. That'll be your last chance to win the Tamatoa mat created by Matified. There's 6 ways to enter. You could go to it'll be linked on the bottom of our notes in this episode, on Twitter, Apple Podcasts. You can go there and find it. You can find it on our Facebook at Team Snuggly Duckling. But if you like the Snuggly Duckling Facebook page, join the Discord server, follow us on X, subscribe to Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, or follow us on Twitch, our new Twitch that we did stream. We're gonna be streaming from a lot more. You can enter for a chance to win. We already have, I think, roughly 100 entries. We've got about 26 days left. So if you want a chance to win Chance's second chance mat giveaway, that's twice that it mess up, Jake. Twice. Recognize, son. Now's your time to do it. We'll be pulling at that time. If anybody else got anything to say, go ahead, shoot now.
Yeah. Also remember that if you follow us and me and join our Discord, I am giving away whenever they announce the first DLC to please go ahead and take a guess at that. You can message me on any platforms. We have quite a few entries now, which is good. Hoping for a few more. But please go ahead and message me about that for more details.
Oh, also, last thing, we do have open, I don't know, call it open enrollment for the team right now. Anybody looking for a team, TSD is recruiting. You can come to our Discord server, go to announcements. We have the form you can fill out. We accept the new players right now. So if you're looking to get into TSD, you're looking to get a jersey, you're looking to, get on with a team, great community. I joined, I want to say about 6 months after y'all were running. I want to say, no, maybe longer than that, almost a year. Because y'all started in set 1, right?
Yes.
And then I didn't join till the first DLC. And I'm just realizing I just made a year that I joined TSD like today.
We'll get you a cake. Oh yeah, it was this past weekend.
Awesome. Yeah, it was like this past weekend. It was like
it was the anniversary this past weekend.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So anybody else wants to join, I highly recommend it. It's a great team, great community. You get to come in and pick on Jimmy from time to time, make him pick weird decks to play. That's always fun. You get to come in and pick on Adam, who gets beat by a 12-year-old little girl, who would beat all of us, rightfully so. But that's all we got for episode 12 of Tavern Talk. Unless Jimmy, you got anything? Adam, you got anything?
I got nothing.
Thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate y'all. You're great.
I'm so
Absolutely.
sorry I'm
Thanks
bad
for
as
joining.
this, but thanks for watching.
Under the beams, where the shadows dance, a tankard of ale in each eager hand's chance. The snuggly duckling, a haven so bright, with laughter and cards under candlelight. Shuffle the deck, let the fortunes unfold. In the snuggly duckling, their stories retold. With kings and queens and a jokester's cheer, this merry old pub will always hold dear. Rogues and knights with a glimmering eye bet their last coin as the moments fly. The jester hums tunes, the wench taps her toes. A world full of mischief where anything goes. Shuffle the deck, let the fortunes unfold. In the snuggly duckling, the stories retold. With kings and queens and a jokester's cheer, this merry old pub will always hold dear. With a glimmering eye, bet their last coin as the moments fly. The jester hums tunes, the wench taps her toes. A world full of mischief Road pub will always hold dear. Pass me the cards and a swig of your brew. Aces to dragons, we're breaking through. The firelight flickers, the stakes run high. This game of the daring meet the darkened sky. The snuggly duckling, where whispers converge, tales of old glories and heroes emerge. The cards hold their secrets, your destiny's fate. A knave could be royal if fortune creates.